So the question is, can AI beat 3D artists out there when it comes to the creation of 3D models? Well, in this video, I'm going to demonstrate two models. One model that I've created with the help of AI, and the other model that I've created by myself. Hopefully by the end of this video, we will know where all the pros and the cons are with the AI models, and where the pros and the cons are with the models that we as humans created ourselves. And also, please let me know, what is your take on where AI is heading? Do you think there is still a bright future for the 3D artists out there? So let's dive into this one. So how I did this test was, I was creating reference images, the front, the back and the side view of the jerry can. First, I created the model by myself. And secondly, when I was done with the creation of my personal model, then I've taken the same reference images, I've uploaded to the AI platform where I created the 3D model there. The exact same reference images. Okay, so as you guys can see here, we've got the AI standard, the AI adaptive, the AI fixed remesh, the AI smart topology, and the manual created one. The manual created one was the one that I've created by myself first, and then afterwards I created these four models with the help of AI. So when it comes to the AI standard one, you upload your images there and you just tell the AI platform to generate your 3D model for you. And then afterwards you can just apply the textures to it. Now I have to say, the latest update will allow you to upload up to 8K of textures. That's quite enormous. While I still have worked in 4K on my own model, these ones here are 8K textures, mine is 4K. And then also, and when it comes to the AI adaptive remesh, what I have done there is I was taking my model that I have here, that the AI generated for me, and then I just tell the AI platform just to remesh it for me with the adaptive one. So the AI model will decide how many faces it can give me without losing the main shape, but with less faces. Then the AI fixed remesh, that is where I tell the AI app, hey, listen, I want 10,000 faces. I don't want more than 10,000 faces. So the AI will regenerate the model for me with plus minus 10,000 faces without trying to lose the main shape there. So that's the one we've got here. And then we've got the AI smart topology. Now that's a new feature they add to the AI platform. Now that works is, I'm not actually quite sure, because I don't like this model at all. It doesn't look that bad, but there is no depth to this model. I don't know if I maybe did something wrong there, but what the AI smart topology is doing, it kind of gave it a lot of triangulate faces. It's quad faces that it cuts in the half, give you the triangulate faces, and then also it separates some objects that you get in the model. But that I will explain as I get there. So let's start with the AI standard one. So I'm quite impressed with the results that I was getting here. The cap here is actually much more definition than on mine. I actually like the cap here more than actually on mine. But the model itself is okay. It's not bad at all. Here, but it's supposed to be 20 liter. Here it's the mesh was getting some weird artifacts there, or it's making something weird there on the main mesh itself. But the model is actually quite impressive. I would use it far from the camera, not too close, but it can actually get quite close to the camera without even noticing anything weird going on here. It also have depth. As we go to edit mode, you can see there's actually depth on the model itself. Like I said, it's the only thing here that was actually bad, but the rest is actually brilliant. I am actually blown away with the result that I was getting here. And remember, when it comes to the AI models, it took me, let's say, for all four of these models, it took me between 5 and 10 minutes. So the speed behind it is incredibly fast. When I get to my own, I will tell you how long I took there, but that was a little bit longer, much longer. So, but the rest is fine, but the faces is a very big disadvantage. When we check out the faces, we can see it's got like 250,000 faces. Now performance wise, that's actually terrible. you won't use this for a gaming asset. You want much less faces when it comes to gaming asset. And also when you want to try and change anything of this model, it's gonna take you quite some time to change something around that model. When we go to the second one, the one that was adaptive remesh, remember I took the first one and I just tell the AI platform to remesh it for me with lower faces. So this one will have less faces, but you can see we are starting to lose a lot of detail, and the material or the textures that were applied afterwards is actually not that great. So this model, I won't even use it close or far from the camera. It's not something that you can work with at all. But what I can do with this is, though, for example, if I maybe have a client and I want to showcase something to him, or I maybe have a gray box, I want to put some samples around my scene, just for example, I would definitely use this model, but not for anything else. But we've got less faces, as I said, it is a remesh. We've got 7,900 faces, so that's quite a huge drop from the first AI standard one. When we go to the fixed one, that's where I tell the AI, like, I want 10,000 faces in this case, for example. Again, we lost a little bit of definition, but it's a little bit more definition on this one. Still, this one I can maybe use far from the camera, but also the textures makes this object that it doesn't look that great at all. I will use these two models for the same purposes. We've got our 10,000 faces here, as we can see, so it's also not that bad. It's actually something you can work with, but just as a sample. Then we've got the AI Smart Topology one. That is where you tell the AI platform, hey, just help me out here to separate some models, because if you're going to work with the AI standard one, you have to separate those models, and to work with something like that can get a big headache. It can get quite an enormous headache for you. I would rather just build my own model from start than struggle to fix that model. So this one, the AI was starting to separate models separate the parts for us to help us if we want to use this model for maybe animation or something. So there you can see this is separate from the handle is separate, the cap also is separate, and then also that part is separate. So it actually will help us a little bit if we want to do something here. So that's the AI Smart Topology. We also have around 12,500 faces. It's actually also not that bad. But like I said, this one doesn't have depth. This one I will actually use instead of these two. If I have to choose one of these models that I will use, definitely I will use this one, but again, not as a gaming asset. This one I will use in a cinematic scene with where the performance isn't going to be a problem at all. This one, though, I can use far from the camera, close to the camera, but I will use this one in a low graphics scenario, maybe a low cinematic scene where detail isn't as important. So when we go over to the last model, the manually created one, the one that I've created by myself, I'm gonna start with the big disadvantage when it comes to this one. Remember, like I said, the previous one, all four of those models with textures applied to them, it took me between 5 and 10 minutes. So that is excellent for something that you quickly want to do, put out there. Maybe you have a client, there's a deadline to maybe do a proposal for the client, time is running, so you can use those one. You've got only 5 to 10 minutes and you've got a lot of 4 different objects with textures applied to them. This model, it took me roughly around 8 hours to complete. Now some of you may say out there, wow, this should have taken much less time. Well, to be honest with you guys out there, it's the first time I've created this model. I haven't done this kind of model before, and I've used a Boolean modifier to cut out these scenes here. And as I work on this model, I don't know about you guys, but in my case, as I work on this model and I see something, I do something, I see it's not actually what I like, I want to change something, I recreate the whole thing again. For example, when it comes to this handle, I've created 3 or 4 different types of handles. Which one will I use? Which one do I like more? So that is, if you combine everything, then the time is starting to run quick, very fast. It feels like for you are working 1 hour on something, and then when you check the time, you're already 3-4 hours busy with that one thing. So time is a big problem when it gets to your own models, because you want to be happy with your model. You want to be proud of your model. So that's why the time was a little bit higher than I was expected. But remember, this time is also everything from the start until as it is of here. So that is UV unwrapping, that's textures applied to it, created the whole model, and yeah. And like I said, I want to be proud of this model. So when we go to the face counts, we've got roughly around 6,800 faces for this model. Now I could have gone a little bit lower, but I'm actually quite happy with my results and with my detail that I've get from the model. So that being said, this model I can use close, far from the camera, it doesn't matter. You can create animation where someone opens the cap because it's separate. You can see, okay, you can join these and make it that it can cap, the lock and flip, everything. This model is easy to work with, so you won't struggle to change anything from this model. As of these models, it's gonna be some headache, I can promise you that. So with that being said, if we look at this table, the time to create the model with the AI models, it was fast. And the self-created 3D model, it was hours, it can sometimes take you days. So the AI model definitely wins here. With control, it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be a really big headache for you to change something with the 3D model as of it will be with the self-created 3D model. So the 3D model that I've created will win here. Accuracy, when we look at the AI standard model and the manually created one, definitely I can use both of them. So the accuracy, even the cap on the AI standard one was actually more detailed than on mine. So there I will give both of them correct mark. Quality, the same. Clean workflow. Now AI 3D model, it's still difficult to have a clean workflow around the AI models. It's quite messy. You will get a lot of artifacts with some of the models, and when it comes to human created models, it should be clean and with no problem there. Customization, that will be the same as the clean flow. Use cases, I will use the AI created ones for concept, gray box or background props, but far from the camera, not too close. The 3D model that's been created by humans, I can use as hero assets, characters, rigged, and then I can also use the model close up to the camera. I also added this next description, the best feeling, because here guys, I feel like when I created these 4 models with AI, to be honest, I was blown away, wow, with the amazing results that I was getting. But to be honest with you guys, when you create your own model, you know the sweat that you have put in there. Not all the models goes perfectly great from start to finish. You got a lot of problems. You've got a lot of obstacles that you have to overcome. So when you're done with your model, you know the effort you have put into that model. It's a much better feeling when you created your own model than created it with AI. And then the last one is overall winners. And personally guys, it's difficult to give an overall winner because for some people, time is of the essence. They want the object now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next year. They want it now. So in that case, the AI is taking the winner here by far. So the winner here when it comes to time, the AI is winning big. But in my personal experience, if we put time aside, the best model still is the manually created one. It's clean, you can work with it, you can do animations with it. Well, in this case, it's a hard surface model, so it won't be used for animations. But when you do a human character or a creature or something, it's going to be animated, and there it's very important that the workflow is clean. So definitely the manually created one is still by far the better option. So definitely for the 3D artists out there, there's still a future, a bright future. I don't know for how long it will be, but like I said, when it comes to time, it's difficult. Then the AI is quite fast. It's very fast. I actually don't understand how it can be that fast. I don't understand the technology yet behind these AI created things, but that is what it is, and it's a reality we all have to face. I really hope that you guys enjoy this video. Hopefully you have learned something you was wondering about. Well, this is what we can do with AI right now as of the middle of the year of 2026. So yeah, I really hope you enjoy it, and see you in the next video. Cheers guys.